for your family's comfort. Brought to you by Rude and Modern Heating and Plumbing.
Hi, welcome to this edition of For Your Family's Comfort, brought to you by Modern Heating and Plumbing and Rude Heating and Air Conditioning. Well, we've got some new things coming for 2015.
That's right, April 16th.
Yeah, big things coming up. The Department of Energy, and specifically, let's see if I can get this acronym right for you guys, the NACA, and that's the National Appliance Energy Conservation Act, have got some big plans for us.
That's right. So what's going to happen is they're going to say that effective April 16th of this year, this spring 2015, the manufacturers have to make water heaters that are more energy efficient. And they don't tell the manufacturers how to do it. They just say, okay, the rating has to go, let's say, from 6.4 to 6.8 or whatever. But they have an energy factor that is different for electric water heaters like this, or gas water heaters, or the tankless kind that hang on the wall. But at any rate, they've all increased their energy factor rating that they have to make.
And increasing the energy factor is going to save the homeowner money.
That's the good news.
Yeah.
It saves the homeowners money, right?
Yes. And so there's going to be, besides the fact that you're going to save some money and the energy level is going to be higher, the sizes are going to be different.
Right, because the biggest thing that is going to affect the change of the actual water heater that goes in your basement is that it's going to be better insulated. And that means it might be a couple inches taller, might be a couple inches wider, and so it's going to take some more room. And we do find a lot of situations where the space that water heater goes into is pretty tight.
Yeah, it's just like in a closet and it just fits in there. So
That's right.
could cause a few issues.
So it may
for some
make a
folks.
difference, that's right. Now it depends on the size of the water heater, how drastic a change there is. If like this is a 50-gallon electric water heater, and if it's like from 20 to 55 gallons, basically the only difference is going to be the size, because it's going to be better insulated. Okay.
How much does it raise the energy efficiency of the water heater?
Just a few points.
Just a few points, but I think that translates into a couple $100 a year, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
If it's bigger than the 55-gallon, then it has to go into a heat pump water heater, and then that's a whole big different bunch of rules. And then if it's a gas one, there again, if it's the smaller size, around a 40-gallon that most people have in their house, it's mostly more insulation, which again makes it bigger. It might have a different ignition system. It might not have a standing pilot. You know, it might have, it's going to have a vent damper so you don't lose so much warm air up the chimney when it's in the off cycle. So there'll be
So the bigger
changes.
ones are going to have more size differences than the smaller ones.
Yeah, in the case of a gas water heater, the bigger ones are going to have to be a condensing, so that's a whole different deal too, a whole nother design.
So, you know, when you said heat pump, I know we've talked to the viewers about heat pumps as far as heating a home. What makes a water heater a heat pump?
Instead of using just a hot element that's immersed in the water heater, they're using a heat pump, and they're absorbing the heat that's in that air around in your basement, and they're putting that heat into the water.
Which is
so again, they're not making any energy,
efficient.
they're just pumping it, moving it from the air into the water heater.
Okay.
So
and the condensing one is going to have additional piping? Is that what?
Different kind of piping than another chimney, yeah.
Well, you know, and if people do really end up with big size restrictions, that's probably where an instantaneous water heater might end up being the perfect fit for them.
That's right. Yep.
Because they are small.
Yep. But the main point of this show is just to make you aware that there's going to be some changes.
So don't be surprised.
Don't be so surprised if you need a new water heater in 6 months and then the contractor says, I'm sorry, it can't fit here, we have to find out a different answer.
But manufacturers, wholesalers are able to sell out the standard ones that they still have.
That's exactly right, yep. The rule says that you can't manufacture the old ones anymore.
So you probably could still get a standard sized one if you need one.
Yep.
So
if you have any water heater issues, stop by and see us on Randolph Road at Modern Heating and Plumbing, or give us a call at 847-7459.
Thanks for coming.